Hello everyone, Jeff here with A Taste for Whiskey, and I am super excited. I've been kind of teasing this out a little bit, but I am here with Sean McBride from Bardstown Bourbon Company. Of course, we have Derek here, my soulmate.
Yeah.
In whiskey. In whiskey.
In whiskey.
So I got to come out sometime.
But what we're really here to talk about, Sean, is we really are excited that you're able to join us here and really dive into this product. I, as you know, am a huge fan of Bardstown. I've said it many times on our channel here. Derek knows as far as how much I've been into Bardstown, because you guys kind of got the ball rolling for me.
Well, thank you. I mean, you deserve all the credit for that. I mean, to be up there in front of everybody doing World's Top Whiskey Taster, that was pretty brave and pretty cool. So cheers to you for that.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you for the kudos on our side of things. We're just trying to keep the innovation going and really be the best we can be at being a modern bourbon company.
Man, and you guys are. I mean, Derek and I talked about this a lot, right? Started in 2016. And look at what you've accomplished since 2016.
Yeah, well, goodness.
I mean, where do we start, right?
Going from sourcing product that we blended with our own to introduce our young bourbon to the world in the Fusion series, to now we have arguably the best whiskey in the world in our Origin Kentucky Straight Bourbon 6-year-old.
Oh, and it's winning awards.
You can't argue with it.
No.
Try any one of these you want, and they're all delicious, and they're all unique, and all the different series, and just the collaborations that you guys do. The what's the latest one I've really got to enjoy? The Goose Island.
Yeah, it's such a fun project on that one. Not the first time that we dabbled around with Goose Island with their Bourbon County Stouts. We did a private kind of collaboration for them for a group up in Chicago a little while ago, but we decided to kind of reinvent that and really put it out there for every largest collaboration to date on that one. So all available. Look for it on Black Friday everywhere that Bourbon County Stout's being sold.
This is fantastic. And Sean, I mean, just talking about this collaborative series, because we still got a lot of different things to talk about, but just the collaborative series alone, I mean, just constantly, you guys are bringing new stuff out, and every single time, I mean, you're being interviewed over these products over and over again about how great they are and how excited the bourbon tubers are and the whiskey tubers about just what's happening with this series.
Sure. It's just spoke to Danny Bardstown, our Vice President of New Product Development, yesterday, and we have 19 different projects that he's working on right now, which is
19
pretty freaking phenomenal. Yeah,
that's exciting.
That's just current stuff. That's just resting.
Wow. So you can't clue us in on anything? It's a secret. Hey, it's a secret. Nobody knows.
Yes.
Look out, there may be a collaboration coming around in the spring with Amroot Indian Whiskey.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just saying, that is going to be something. I can definitely talk about that one now, but can't give you a release date or anything on that.
I'm excited. Well, see,
There's
so
still 18 more.
So we have to give credit here. Kurt couldn't join us, so we've got Miss Erica here behind the camera, and I see she's getting excited about that one.
It's unique for sure, right?
Well, the thing right now that's out that we see a lot of is the Foursquare, and then this is going to be released big time here coming Black Friday is the Goose Island. But that Foursquare,
oh man, labor of love right there.
Yeah.
So Foursquare, super unique rum company out of Barbados, and is so good. Favorite rum for sure. And they their vision kind of really aligned with us. That's why we really desperately wanted to do this collaboration with them. And we were lucky enough to get these barrels in, and then we found some really delicious sourced bourbons to put in there, a blend of some Indiana rye and some really old Tennessee bourbon. It was a great combination. And then it went to sleep. and man, didn't wake up for 23 months later.
Love that.
Man, but 23-month finish on a bourbon that's tough to find.
And
really.
a great rum barrel on top of that.
Yeah.
Foursquare being probably, in the bourbon world, that's probably the one that most people are seeking and looking for.
Sure.
Foursquare's at the top.
Absolutely.
At everybody's rum list, yeah.
And hands down, my most favorite collaboration to date.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so look for that one.
So the thing that I know, Derek, what do you got to say about Series 11 here?
Do I need to say anything? I mean, I think that kind of tells you right there that we like 11. I'll tell you one thing, other than how delicious 11 is, you guys have started to differentiate these with a label.
Yeah, that's right. So we've kind of refined this label a little bit so you can easier pick out which series number it is on the shelf. So bright white label now, as opposed to the red label that was on Discovery. And sorry for the confusion. We started off with a green label and then a red label, and now it's this white label. But we've really honed in on it. The label's a little bit taller. It's got a foil that's going to differentiate in color and the series number on the front of the bottle. So you know, like when you pick up that bottle, it's got that white label and it has that lavender colored band across the bottom. That's Discovery 11.
And it looks cool on the shelf.
It does.
Yeah. You guys are just, growing and improving every single time, right? With everything, not just the whiskeys, but the labels.
So I'll tell you, Sean, I'm drinking this right now, Discovery 11, and what I love about this is, number one, everybody loves the fact that it's back home to Kentucky bourbon, right? You got all Kentucky.
All straight Kentucky.
Even better, it's got your distillate in it.
First time. It's got some of our 6-year product in there, yeah.
I mean, and for everybody to talk about how good this is, to know that a portion of it's got your distilling in it, I mean, that's got to be exciting for Bardstown Bourbon.
It's pretty stellar, right? So, maybe you're seeing the first of many is what we're kind of hoping for here. So, when we first started doing this, like, we were all just really had the aspiration of, one day our distillate, our macerant, is going to be in the Discovery blend one day, and here we are.
There it is.
I think when we were doing the Woolstock Whiskey Taster, I think that day or that event, you just released Discovery 4, and here we are at number 11. Now, Discovery 3 and Discovery 4 is classic for me. I mean, there's a lot of great memories that I can kind of sync up with on that. But man, I mean, this number 11 kind of takes me back a little bit. It takes me back. That smells like that warehouse B, I believe it is, that we were in. And there's just so many things I love about this. But I mean, just all the things that Bardstown Bourbon Company's doing, and you're also contract distilling too.
Yeah.
I mean, just, on top of all this, and you're still able to do the contract distilling.
Sure. We're working with around 50 different mash bills that rotate out every quarter. 35 plus different partner brands that we're producing for right now. And it's not just contract distilling, it's a custom collaborative distilling process.
That's what I wanted to point out too. We had talked about this in one of our tastings, and what I think a lot of people was interested in is that you have the facility, you have the ability to, and the team, they can actually come in and say, here's our mash bill, here's our yeast, here's our design, here's our creation, and you're just putting it together for them.
Sure, yeah. You can actually not own your own distillery, but say you made your own bourbon at the Bardstown Bourbon Company.
So technically, Derek,
can we do that?
That's exactly.
We have enough money, right?
You got the time and you got the money.
One thing I've been curious about is, with all of these different series, is it the same group of people, or is it different groups that do Origin versus Fusion and Discovery, or?
So we have a very collaborative bourbon making process. So when we're making Discovery, for example, we let everybody have an opportunity to have the say what goes in the bottle. So we'll have our visitors experience team, our distilling team, our hospitality team, sales and marketing can jump in there, and we'll all submit blends for the next Discovery that comes out, and then we'll blind taste all those, and the cream rises to the top. So this blend was actually made up by somebody that works in our company, but we don't know exactly where they came from. It's just a team effort.
Yeah, and iron sharpens iron. You guys are all pushing each other to get yours, pick the best blend to get yours to be chosen, right? All the different areas.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, I love that because it really is, discovery is bourbon discovered by bourbon lovers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To create a great blend, if you will.
And it's got to make a fun work atmosphere, you know, like a fun challenge for the different areas to kind of push each other, and then a great product comes out of it.
Absolutely. So before we go here, Sean, I want to talk one more about this single barrel that we did with Indiana Liquor Group. So you might be hearing some sounds. One of the things that it's just kind of cool is we're here at Anderson Noble Wine and Spirits. Just a cool place to have Sean join us, because this is sort of where the road kind of, where all roads kind of led to, is what, when I first met Sean, is one day, is it possible that we could do a single barrel pick? And sure enough, Sean was able to work something out for us to allow Indiana Liquor Group to come in, to which Indiana Liquor Group allowed Derek and I to be a part of that pick, which, how excited were we, Derek?
It was amazing, seriously.
And Sean was right there the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
You hosted us, and what a great experience. So can we, just to talk about that experience that Bardstown provides, you know, if you're going to go in and you're going to do a barrel pick, because one of the things that I thought was really cool is Danny kind of said it to us originally. He's like, we want to create that Napa Valley experience.
Certainly.
What does that mean?
So everything is well lit, bright, crisp, clean. There's not going to be a lot of barrels sitting around, not a lot of wood grain and stuff like that. So a more modern take on the bourbon experience. You're going to have more modern apparatuses in the distillery, very crisp, clean, James Beard-ish kind of restaurant that is attached to distillery, full service bar, cocktail bar, vintage library. So we still honor the tradition. We've just we like to honor it in our own way, and that's by being innovative and collaborative. And of course, the transparency is a big thing for us. As you see on the sides of all the labels, it tells you exactly what's in the bottle. But then also at our distillery, you have the big glass walls everywhere. You can see from front to back in the distillery the rick houses that are designed with glass walls instead of being an all wooden structure or an all brick structure. So really turning on that modern motif that makes it to be more like a Napa Valley than the Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
I love that. I mean, and we felt that, didn't we, Derek?
Oh yeah. You guys do your own thing, and it works. It works.
And what was your thought as far as just when we actually sat down and actually did the experience? I mean, we're pulling compared to some of the other tastings we've done or some of the other barrel picks we've done. It just was on a whole new level.
It was. It was so just inviting and just comfortable being there, and just. I mean, everything about it was, like you said, you know, it's all the glass walls, the barrels. We had trouble. We had to go to a blind. We had so many good barrels, we couldn't make up our mind. We had to go to a blind tasting.
Absolutely.
And a vote after that. We had trouble because we couldn't get 2. So
no,
because only 6 came to Indiana altogether, right?
We tried to get Sean to give us 2. But you know, the thing that I enjoyed too is we had the brand ambassador join us.
Sure.
You know, participated in that and offered her feedback. You know, just to say, hey, here's what I like, here's what I'm thinking, and at the end, we picked what everybody else liked. You know, everybody else thought that barrel that we picked was a winner.
Great
the
win,
whole
though.
day was a win.
It really
The whole
was.
day was a win.
It was a great experience, Sean, and I think I want people to understand, like, that's where I think Bardstown has really stepped up the game and really made it more where all the other distilleries that's been doing this for a lot longer, they kind of have to up the game a little bit. Now I know you can't speak to that, so you know, but we can.
Well, we hope that we've had some impact on the bourbon industry and the bourbon society in general. And we just want everybody to have the modern bourbon experience when they come to Bardstown.
Absolutely.
The tradition is wonderful. The modern bourbon experience is really something to experience as well.
So here's something this is just a question I'm kind of curious about, because this bourbon I just keep thinking that at some point it's going to taper off, but it's really now becoming almost a vacation destination to go down to Kentucky and experience these. And the distilleries now have to kind of change how they do things to create sort of that experience for folks. And so do you see this trend staying, or what's the communication, or what's the commentary of how this is going to go, or what is people predicting, I guess?
It's just getting bigger and bigger, Jeff. We've
Wow.
got distilleries now that have the more traditional distilleries. They have cabins on site. For us, we're creating some modern bungalows that will be eventually available on our new property that we are building more rick houses on, and we're starting to kind of dive into more innovations and sustainability and things of that nature. For example, we used less water than we did 2 years ago, and also less gas to heat that water, but we produced 40% more bourbon.
That is awesome,
right?
Just thinking about things all the right way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's what we're in the industry and what we're trying to do to make this a more sustainable process, to make the industry bigger, be able to have more money to free up to build more entertainment for people out there, and really create this attraction of Bardstown, if you will, the Bourbon Trail. Not just, hey, I'm going to go down for a weekend. Hey, let's stay for a week.
That's right. That's right. And and we're finding more that it's more than just drinking whiskey. I mean, it is a true experience. We've talked about this at a lot of other distilleries too. Just how the experience. We have one here in Indiana, Hard Truth, which is they're almost. I feel like they kind of went down to Bardstown and said, we want to do what Bardstown is doing. And I think that they've just done a really good job with that. And so, I mean, you're setting a trend, Sean. I mean, that's the thing that I think is really exciting is people, if they want to create that experience and create that opportunity and keep this bus rolling, if you will, they're going to have to compete. They're going to have to step up to where you guys are at.
Hey, imitation's the best form of flattery. Just
Amen.
As long as they don't come along stealing our mash bills.
That's right. Absolutely.
It wouldn't be hard. It's
It's right on the side right there.
I love it. Well, Sean, thank you so much for joining us, man. Thank you for being here at Anderson's Noble Wine and Spirits. This is kind of cool because this is sort of out of our. Normally, we're sitting here chilling out at our house with Chef Jason with some kind of nice barbecue meal or strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
By the way, check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But thanks for joining us, folks. This has been a great opportunity. I've been wanting to get Sean on here for some time, and it just worked out that we were going to be at the same place at the same time. So thank you so much, Sean.
Yeah,
Cheers, my pleasure,
appreciate it.
guys.
Yeah. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers.